Hello and welcome to Sunstop Music. This week we are reviewing a band called, or duo, in fact, called The Minerals.
Going outside to meet you, taking my bowl off string, just in case I need to find my way back.
The story goes that the pair were snowed in south of France for a week, and so they spent that time writing an album, because what else would you do?
They're an alternate country, psychedelic, folk, synth, new age, new wave, psychedelic, synth folk pop band.
So like a song will start out and it'll be all folky and chill and sparse and raw, and there'll be really nice sort of eerie harmonies going on, and then all of a sudden, without you really realising, things will have been building up, and there'll be like a synth break or a lead guitar break or something that just should not sit in that genre and should not work, but it just so does, and it just sounds really cool, and it'll have this big build up, and it'll get all almost sort of proggy, psychedelic-y, and then it'll drop right back down again, and then we'll have the nice harmonies again. And what I like about the harmonies is what you said, like they don't always do harmonies, they'll often do octave harmonies, you know, it gives it that extra depth. And I really like that. I like that they don't always feel the need to have to be doing a harmony per se all the time.
I think one thing that they've achieved through the vocals is this sense of congruence, where both vocals sort of just merge into one voice. It's the way the octaves work, because they're not both doing completely different things. It almost sounds like there's just one person with like an insane voice singing. I think that the album takes you to some really dark places as well. I think there is some more upbeat tracks in there, like the Five.
I was born in the country with my eyes wide open.
Yeah,
that one.
You've got some really sort of upbeat, sort of groovy, bouncy tracks like that, and then you've just got some really, really dark, sort of foreboding sounding tracks towards the end of the album, especially.
You know how sometimes, well, a lot of the time with any sort of regular music, you can tell where the melody's going, and you can sing along to it before you really know the song. Whereas this one, you think you know where it's going, and then all of a sudden, it's the same for all the songs on the album, I think. You think you know where it's going, and then there'll just be something that's a little bit off kilter, and a little bit edgy, and a little bit, ooh, and it's cool, and I like that. And that was the thing that stood out to me first, I think. So I liked that it had such a solid sound, and yet it had so many different things going on.
Given how acoustic the album feels overall, there is a really surprising amount of electronic instrumentation in there.
And I think the way they've done it, I think the production is quite clever in that it still feels so DIY.
It's got that lo-fi kind of cool to be rough kind of feel to it.
Because sometimes when you've got something with synths and electric guitar in it, it loses that.
Yeah, it can come across as far too polished and a bit plasticky and shiny and fake sounding, whereas this has got all that kind of instrumentation in there, but they've managed to sort of keep the whole dirty lo-fi sound to it, which is cool.
Drones.
There is a track, which I believe is the He's no friend of Jesus, but he's a friend of mine. That's got this really cool harmonium drone in it, and it's got this really interesting drone that kind of goes throughout the whole track with this harmonium playing, and the whole track just seems to build up, and then it just stops, and you sort of like.
So overall, it's a really cool album with some really cool directions taken, and we really like the feel and the general atmosphere of it. So if you would like to hear that, there are links in the description. Please do check them out. Say hello to the Minerals and say Sunstop Music sent you here, because we would really appreciate it if we could get all the support in the direction of the musicians and also for us, because why not? It's nice. If you're a musician and you would like to send us some music, please do to sunstopmusic@gmail.com. And if we like what we hear, we will do a review. And if we like what we hear but we can't review it, we'll put it in the Sunstock Spotlight. And yeah, cool, nice one. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you again later.
Goodbye.
That was a bit out of tune. Fuck. You fell over.